excuses. There is a lot of ping pong, pick and play by the health workers. You go to a facility that has 16 health workers, you find only 2. My second findings were that all the health workers are paid on time. And in fact, when I went back to the health facility in the evening after my journey of launching different roads, I had had the paperwork, the proof from the authorities that pay them. And none of them has any, government doesn't have any arrears with any of the health workers in Gulu district, or Acholi sub-region for that matter. All of them are paid on time. And all of them were simply awaiting their July salary like any other government employee. So there is no excuse. The least paid person in terms of the nurses earns 1.4 million after taxes. The least paid person in terms of the other workers earns about 1.2 after taxes. The clinical officer, the one who is the in charge of the hospital, earns close to 5 million after taxes, with gratuity, with pensions, with all other benefits. So Ugandans, don't be fooled by these sympathy stories of, but you see their salaries they might not have been paid. Maybe they are paid poorly. No. Even at international standards, that's not a poor pay. We have Ugandans who are more qualified than those people, because I took trouble to liaise with the cow and I looked at their grades. We have people that are beyond performers in terms of academic grades, but they keep asking for jobs and they are not given these jobs. DHOs, stop recruiting your relatives. People are littering their concubines in government. So somebody won't go to work because they are going to be protected by their lover. Someone will not respect authority because they were brought by their relative. We are having NEPO employees in the government who will not respect any authority. The Ministry of Health was very happy with our intervention, Honorable Balamandai, because he's also doing the same interventions where he is. So they cried out to us. They shared with me that they have a huge file of letters that they have been writing to local government all along, because people were asking, what is the Ministry of Health doing about this? The Ministry of Health is helpless. I want to inform Ugandans that health centers are under local government. They are supervised by local government. The Ministry of Health has 2 gross misconduct incidences. One of the state ministers of health was once insulted by a DHO. One of the state ministers of health, one of the ministers of state of Ministry of Health, because the DHO knew that she has no power over him. They are directly under local government because they are recruited by the districts and paid by the districts. If there is firing, if there is punitive measures, it is by the districts. That's why they don't respect Ministry of Health at all. Ministry of Health shared with me files. They sent me a video, a huge old file like this, where they were writing to Ministry of Local Government, to the former ministers, to so many people in local government, to commissioners, to complaining and beseeching local government to use an iron hand on the health workers. Because yes, in as much as it is health, but in terms of structure, they are under the local government. So people should understand that Ministry of Health too has tried to do their part. But because of the system that these people are under local government, it is local government essentially to take all means possible and prevail on these people. And it's what we are doing. You saw the clinical officer, the in charge, admitting himself on camera that his certificate is being used by someone in another health entity to do work under his certificate. Already that is fraud. First of all, it's fraud. Somebody cannot use your certificate, the same certificate that you gave government to employ you, to work unless it is you actually working or getting paid and the other person is like your front. People are having conflict of interest. There are all sorts of excuses. People sit at the hospital from morning to 3 p.m. The locals told me it is the first time that health center had no patient by 4 p.m. They told me it is the first time since its inception. They told me otherwise people sit there until they get tired. One of them told me that they worked on Saturday and got tired, and by Thursday they had given themselves a self-given off from Saturday to Thursday when the minister appeared. So if I had not gone there, I don't know when that person was planning to go. The president does not have holidays, doesn't take off days, he's always working. Even when he goes to his country home, he's always in meetings. Wakes up by 4, has to read reports. The PS sits in office up to 11 p.m. The senior minister, you see him, he works from Monday to Sunday. You see the Minister of State, so I don't know how a lab technician says, I worked on Saturday and I was tired. So they are not back until Thursday. If you're not back until maybe Tuesday or Monday, but Thursday, that's a week gone. Ugandans are stranded in these medical facilities. I spoke to the senior minister in the evening when we were comparing notes with where he is and where I am. And one of the fastest solutions is we need very, very close monitoring of these facilities. We need close monitoring. In fact, we are planning to have a call center where all these facilities are under surveillance 24 hours, and we have a call center where people can get help in real time, but also where the people working for the call center are trained to monitor those facilities 24 hours. As for the roads that I launched, I was very clear with the contractors. I want to repeat myself. Contractors, there will be no extension of time. There will be no money given to you, more money. There will be no games tolerated. I know you have a tendency of conniving with mafias in government. You get your contracts, you put funny clauses, questionable clauses, that in case the contractor is inconvenienced by government, in case there is delayed payment for a number of days, each day government will pay the contractor 100 million. That is insane. How can you say that in case there is delayed payment, in case the delay is by maybe the system is off, or there's a public holiday, that every day of delay there will be, that will not happen. Nobody is going to give you more money than what you quoted in your BOQs. You're going to do exactly what you quoted. If you don't, this is what the ministry is planning to do, led by the ministers. Your company will be blacklisted. We shall go ahead to write to all the governments through the president to expose you to all the other governments in East Africa and Africa, so that you can never be hired. You're blacklisted in Uganda, East Africa, and Africa at large. We shall not allow you for jobs that can be done by the local people, road gangs, cooks, casual laborers. We shall not allow you to ferry people from wherever to get them to that locality. The locals in that area are the ones that will do that work that needs, temporal skilling, quick solutions of work. No, we shall not allow you that work. And I had all the contractors commit. One committed 60 jobs, the other 50 jobs, the other about 70 jobs for the different roads, for the given roads. So we were very clear with them that within the month they were given, I am told they were given 6 months and latest 8, if it was up to me. If I had been part of that drafting, the drafts were out before we became ministers, but if I had been part of it, I would not give anything beyond 6 months. But well, let's just say it is 8 months maximum. Contractors, we are not even entertaining 1 day later. We are tired of government officials launching roads and they become botched projects. There shall never be a botched project under the Ministry of Local Government or in any district under any ministry when Honorable Balaam Barogahari is the senior minister and Honorable Nameere Justin Nsoboga is the Minister of State. Ugandans, there shall never be a dumped project, a botched project, a stifled project in any district ever again. As we move around to launch the roads, to do spot checks in the health facilities, we are getting more revelations and reports from whistleblowers and patriotic Ugandans voluntarily. Nobody's charging us. People just come and open up to us so that as government we are challenged to do better. I understand that there is even fraud in the restocking. I have heard of RDCs. We have asked for evidence. The evidence, part of it has been given to us. But I have heard of RDCs in the given districts where restocking is taking place who are conniving with some of the cows to put their relatives who are not from the given parishes and sub-counties, to put them there. Someone puts 5 falsified people, 5 million per person. That is already 25 million, a loss to government. Money that can do other things. We are hearing of instances where the percentage as per the law of revenue that is supposed to go down to the sub-counties and parishes to rehabilitate the boreholes, the wells, to do garbage management, it is being swindled. These things are going to be fixed, hook or crook. Let me tell you something. In Rwanda, people are scared of working for government because they know working for government means doing what you're supposed to do. Here, everybody wants to work for government, especially local government, because they know you can sleep all you want, you can do all you want. The story has changed. Every teacher wants to go to a government school. When they reach there, they don't work. Then those of you who are easily fooled, you say, maybe they are poorly paid. Do you know the competition of teachers who are trying to get into government? I think from that day the president released the list of ministers, out of 50 phone calls, 30 are of people begging me to have their relatives put into government institutions. If government is poorly pays or delays payments, why is everyone dying? Why is everyone struggling to go into government, especially local government? Because they know that you will come to local government, eat free money, you can live when you want, you can teach when you want, and not teach when you want. No, it's that story is long gone. So long laziness, so long corruption, so long negligence, it is all long gone. There are spot checks we are going to do when we have spoken to the district authorities. And they prepare that we shall go here and here. There are spot checks we shall do out of the navy blue. You just see a minister at your school. And we are not going to stop because it's working. So I want to assure you, Ugandans, that your cries are being heard. We thank you. You're sending a lot of messages, a lot of empathy, a lot of encouragement. You are really standing with the fight to expose the corrupt and to clean up local government. I want to thank you, Ugandans. The few people who are against this fight, against corruption and against the corrupt, are guilty. You see some LC5s, some MPs running when no one is chasing them. The Bible says the guilty run when nobody is chasing them. And the Holy Quran, that's what the Holy Bible says. And the Holy Quran says, the guilty run away from their own shadows. That's what the Holy Quran says. Those are similar messages. Out of the blue, you see an MP explaining. But you see, why are you explaining before you're questioned? You stay put in your district. Your questions are coming. Your time is coming. You will explain when we call for you. Why are you panicking? That you see the association of so and so, now we want to tell the ministers to come and take pictures with us. Nobody's going to take pictures with you. We don't have time for niceties. Ugandans are tired. Ugandans just want work done. That's all they want. Ugandans just contractors. You are used to thinking you have godfathers. Contractors take a lot of comfort in the belief that they have godfathers, godmothers, god aunties. It's not going to be business as usual. The only thing that is going to save you is not a godmother or godfather in government. It is doing the right thing. And by the way, you can even choose not to contract government jobs to avoid trouble. You can remain in your private business. You build people's homes, you work for private entities. But as long as you bring yourself to government, just know you're going to do the right thing. For as long as we are here, because the directives we have from His Excellency the President is remain with the people, keep on the ground, get out of offices, monitor everything. That's the directive we have, and that's what we are doing. So the corrupt, nobody is going to protect you. You heard very well, General Muhoozi is very, very alert, waiting for anybody who wants to protect any corrupt person. People are looking for people to stand surety for them in court and police for bond. People have refused to go. People are calling ministers, save my relative. The ministers are switching off their phones because they know. General MK is very clear. If you're saving, if you're trying to play godfather or godmother to a thief, then you have to explain why you're still in government. So this is very simple. Let's do the right thing. Let's love our country. Stop referring to all these countries. But you see this, the countries you love referring to in Europe, in America, in Rwanda, where those countries have zero tolerance to corruption. Zero. The United Arab Emirates, these countries have corruption as capital crime. It is treason. It is death penalty for them. So, like I said, as I conclude, the style of President Museveni is piecemeal leadership. He does one thing, does it properly, then embarks on another. So in the past, he has embarked on woman empowerment, girl child empowerment. He has fought the 6 killer diseases, professionalized the army, the police, embarked on a robust security environment, enabling environment, had a huge number of people going into the money economy. We have about close to 70% now, or 75% into the money economy. Now this time, his focus is on fighting corruption. The same energies you have seen him lay into the other programs and into the other deliberate efforts is the same energy you're going to see him fuse into fighting corruption. So don't fall prey. This is a government stand. This is a government position. No amount of press conferences is going to change it. No intimidation from some opposition opportunists shall be tolerated. Nothing is going to change the fight against corruption. As you can see, KCCA has also picked up. Now their ED and the authorities are in the field, sub-county by sub-county, ward by ward, parish by parish. I was so happy to see Dr. Diana and the team from Ministry of Health in Hoima. And I'm so happy they took up the president's advice, because the president told them that mistake that you make is when you go to those places, you go straight to the government hospital. These people are warned and they come running. He said when you go to the private hospitals. And that's what they did. Those are all guerrilla war tactics from His Excellency the President. And indeed, when the PS of Ministry of Health went to the private facilities in Hoima, they were all packed with government employed doctors, surgeons, seniors who were paid 20-something million. Senior nurses, all of them. And what was in the government facilities? Receptionists and interns. The president told them this is simple. Stop announcing your arrival and stop going to the government first. Because they will run and do what you want. They will run and position themselves. No, you see, while you were there, I was in the maternity and lied to you. You go to the private. And they got them, arrested them. So this is a 360 battle. When you go to Ministry of Works, Honorable Byamukama is there, unearthing all sorts of dirt, trillions of lost money, trillions of people who call themselves professionals, people who call themselves so-called engineers and accountants, stealing in broad daylight. So it is game over for the corrupt. You have nowhere to run. The only place you have to run is the truth. Do the right thing, be truthful, take a little interest home, but when it's honest, and leave a good legacy and impact. Thank you so much.